I wanted to talk about food.
Hmm.
I imagine that, when you talk to a prospective new person, or even just a person that you're describing the situation to, you go, it's I think it was 920. I don't know if it is that much anymore, but it is X amount of dollars to live at Ganas, depending on the year, and that includes food. Like that is the I would.
Toilet paper,
Yeah, yeah,
toothpaste.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it includes a wonderful amount of things. I was also thinking in the shower before we had the conversation, like, well, it includes internet. Did it include telephone previously? Like where there must have been some like things that have been switched in and out over the
Mm.
course of 40 years as technology has developed. But food, that's the thing that when people think about culture and sharing culture, they often think about food as the first thing, and it's such, oh, I can live and eat here. Well, then what more do I need? Like I
Hmm.
can do so much. Uh, how, I, like how was that apart from the get? It was like food is shared, and like how has that evolved as a dynamic and a part of the community? Has it grown? Has it shrunk as the years have gone on?
Pretty early on, a dinner was a major that there's a dinner for everyone was a mainstay, and that stayed. The planning session uh, was like a breakfast for whoever came to it. There was a whole thing laid out for breakfast, and COVID-19 ended that because you come with your mask on.
Right.
Right.
and and it was all the people would be in the room, and now we've got a few people in the room who can space themselves, and other people come in through Zoom. So
Mm.
it's a Zoom room session, and that's changed, the whole dynamic. Um, for a very long time, and probably all the way up until we started going into the changeover, the food taste, et cetera, there was very little in the way of private food.
Mm.
Okay, I'm not sure how much of this had to do with the changeover, but it also had to do with the fact that people started getting into this whole stuff about healthy food, organic food, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and then the whole culture has been taken over by people coming in with very. So we went from having a single refrigerator in a house to having two. One's the community refrigerator, one's the private food refrigerator.
Mm.
And it was like when we started doing this and saying, what the fuck is going on here? This is privatization.
Right.
This is what, huh?
Yeah.
But in a way, it really wasn't privatization. It was, adjusting to, there's been a real change in the whole culture and the way people relate to food. And so we adapted to it.
Yeah.
So am I?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is definitely on the right track. Yeah. Yeah.
For a long time, we were, I guess you would say we were like a meat and potato community.
Yeah.
And so there were some people from another community were visiting, and they were talking about, you guys, there's no, I mean, you have vegetables, yeah, and that's pretty good, but there's no, I can't make a salad. There's nothing here for a salad.
Right.
And and there's people. Well, who wants to make a salad? No, it's and then someone finally said, "All right, how would we do that?
Yeah.
We have the table. We've got it's big enough to take all this other food. That's for 100 people. How are we going to set up a salad bar?" And the woman got up and said, "Look, you have this over here, and you just got drinks and stuff like that. You can put another thing over here, and then you use that." And we just went in and did it. And she was right.
Yeah.
She said, "Here, you can do it this way." Oh yeah, we can, and we did it.
Yeah.
So that's where the salad bar became instituted, and that was a result of outside input.
Yeah. Yeah. That's great. Do you, 40 years worth of time, recall ever? Is there like a spot during those time where you were like, oh, that was a good run of cooks or something? Was there ever like a period where it was like, oh man, that person knew what they were doing? I really liked that time.
Yeah. And then there were runs when it was like, we actually have about 4 people who cook.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a Russian woman who did all the cooking. That was her whole job, and she was really amazing. She had a baby, taking care of the baby and doing the cooking and all of this,
Wow.
but mostly what we have, the way we do it now is that we have a cook and we have a prep person. And then someone comes in to help do the salad bar. And the salad bars may be, setting up the salad bar is like a couple hours of work. And the prepping is about 3 or 4 hours of work. And the cook is pretty much the whole day.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. How, you mentioned that this restaurant...
One thing about the food, though, I think
Yeah.
you should really, really know, because this is something to really go, you gotta be kidding me.
Oh yeah, what is it?
How much money do you think we spend per person per month?
Oh.
Per person, per month?
Right.
Ooh, that's a good question.
I'm going to embarrass myself guessing. I feel like I'm either going to blow it too high or too low.
I know, me too.
Because you're buying in bulk. $28? I don't know.
I was gonna say 100. So we have a range.
90.
90?
She knows better than me. Yeah. I mean, that's still incredible.
But I
mean, it's
also
incredible.
thought 100 is very low, because what we pay for the 2 of us is like probably 100 every week and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we probably spend $250 per person on food typically.
Yeah. What is the workflow or the purchasing, like what does that look like in broad terms?
On Wednesday morning, they drive up this big van, and 3 people get in it, and they go out and do a whole tour of stores and things, and come back with about $1,200, $1,500 worth of food. And then at 7 o'clock, the text goes out, a whole bunch of people show up and chain the food up to the pantry, which is, this is 139, 135. The pantry is the basement of the 131.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, we got the text this week, but we're in quarantine, so we can't touch the food.
We're excited to help next week. I think next week will be the
Our
first
first time,
we can
yeah.
do it. But
Yeah.
yeah.